Hello mindenkinek újra. Én pörgetjük egy keveset. Azt nem kellene annyit, mint a múltkori 4 óra. Geci, de ez jó se, jó hát. Nem is van nehéz amúgy. Ja. Igen, a csapatot azt átböngésztem még akkor. Naplóba. Viszont Férosz. A Férosz megvan. Attikai Véta. Az Orvoszról voltam. Illetve a Hawking Gétán is. Viszont a Stüxtétán nem voltam. Caspian, Vostok, Matanov. Úgy igyekszek így, hát láthatóba haladni, hogy tudjam is, hogy később erre kéne folytatni. Ó, okés. Koronokópia. Na akkor haladjunk innen. Félderítés, nehézfém, nagy aranymező. Glotánka, félderítés, nehézfém, iridium. Antidot. Megtehetően, ó, ez már a harmadik. Igen. De viszont itt a Q 3, ami adott az is hívják ott valami fémet vagy egyéb anyagot. Extra hajózás szól. Szóval embereknek tervezték benne, csak sodródni, és sem sugáros semmi vészjelzést. Igen, szokásos felállás lesz. Illetve felszerelés. A gép karabélyra most, hát, hetes proton, szintetik, mi? Ami ez kell, az szerves. Ez az bio. Nem gondolom, hogy emberek lesznek itt. Jaj, nem, ez a soké. Megint nem? Igen. Ó, de jó, hogy nem szerves. És nem tudom, szerintem én ezt nem sorolnám be szervesbe. Over, a faszod van over amúgy. Szinte is egy csapat. Ó, úgy látom, már 2 pontokat fogok szintenként kapni. A 4 helyett. Hát... Az a baj, erre... Hát... Teljesen fölösleges amúgy raknom, mert példaképbe vagyok. És ugye a legtöbb ilyen opció az úgy van, hogy egy adott százaléknak is meg kell, hogy legyen. Az elbűvölés mellé például. Gondolom azért nem tudtam az előző bolygón is megoldani a békés kimenetellel. Ezért kellett jobb oldalról valami válaszopcióval turkálnom. Hát, a pisztolyt nem használok annyira, puskát sem használok annyira. Tudom be az első segélyre. Szia! Úristen! Szingularitás. Hát, uraják vagytok.
Negative contacts, Commander.
Kelj fel!
Negative contacts, Commander.
Kíváncsi vagyok, itt mi lesz. Ablatív bevonat. Ha még a legvégén a mentelik megfele, meg ennél is jobban, mondom, hogy felszerelem. És utána többet meg omnigére alakítom. Igen.
According to the log files, the ship was out near the Perseus Veil. Looks like they found some kind of alien artifact. They brought it on board and then... This is really weird, Shepard. They plotted a course straight into the Perseus Veil, like they wanted the Geth to find them.
What else did the log say?
The entries don't make a lot of sense after that. It's like the captain's mind was falling apart. I don't see anything about how they got back into human territory.
The Geth transformed them into husks and left the vessel where they knew it would be found. A warning to other organics not to enter the Veil.
According to the... They brought it on board and
That
then...
artifact must have...
The entries don't make a lot of sense after
The
that.
Geth transformed them into husks and left the vessel where they knew it would be found. A warning to other organics not to enter the Veil.
Labirintus, baszirintus. Oké, akkor ennyi volt itt. Az artifact az nem volt itt. Na, nézzük meg ezeket a szarokat. Amúgy fagyasztom. Igen. Caspian megvan. A Vostok. Mátriárk írás.
Looks like we've got an active distress beacon on the planet below, Commander.
Oké, figyeljünk ide. Akkor meg is nézzük. Délre, meg elje. Ez csúnya lesz. Széptsük meg a térképet. Rendellenesség, törmelék, tudományos bázis. Na előre mit használom úgy? Kis fegyver. Másik. Az is kis fegyver. Jobb nincs. Van erre? Van egy? Én nem látom, hogy bemennek. Kessler 7-es, Reaper 7-es. Stinger 7-es. Akkor inkább ennek adom. Várj, akkor tudok még neki felszerelni valamit, mondok, nem? Stinger, igen. Ide mit raktam? Sény hosszabbítást. Nem tudok még egy sínyhoz. Cage. Hm. Érdekes. És akkor most meg kéne nézni, az a rendellenesség mit is takar. Lehet amúgy, hogy ezek a szaggatások amúgy a 240 Hz-es monitor véget vannak. Már nem tudom, hogy a Legendary Edition-t azt hogy akarták megcsinálni. Hogy ilyenkor tölt befele valamit a játék folyamatosan. Már visszamegy az 240-re. 163, olyan mint a folyamat töltögetnék befele a pályarészt. Nem úgy unblock egybe. A valaminek elég hegyes völgyes. Keci. Csakkol leülök itt, mint egy nagy lapcsánka. Meg kéne mászni. Meg is másszuk. Ha már betöltötte. Mindjárt megnézzük, hogy mi van ott, csak kicsi mászásocska. Áld már fel magad. No. Ja, na, ne csinálj. Csúnya dolog, csúnya dolog. Nem igazán fog így felmennem úgy így oldalasan. Valami vissza lehet. No. Ennyi a max. Há? Túlságosan hegyes, hölgyes. Az az. Megmásszuk. Amúgy elég szép. Erőnk lapcsánka. Mi van itt, buongiorno? Tudjál. Most pedig megnézzük ezt. Na, amikor betűtem valaki. Hoppá, lapcsánka. Mi? Jósabbanószer 8. Viszont érdekelt vagyok. Fúzió. Ez a sima robbanószer, toxikus. Nem, akkor inkább marad a sima robbanószer. És akkor már csak a tudományos bázis van itt errefele. Proton Wolfram. Ez fasza. Nem húzta.
Enemy sighted.
That's the last of them.
Könnyű páncélzat kolosszus. Azt még meg is nézzük. Félszerelés és Liarára kell baszni ezt a kolosszus páncélzatot, mert ez kvári. Tehát nem lehet. Igen. Viszont ott a kolosszus. Hű. Ez jó. Nem is rossz.
rescuers? Oh, thank God. See? I told you somebody would come to investigate that signal. My name is Dr. Ross, Chief Exogeny Researcher at this facility. We've been trapped in this room for days. We're almost out of food and water. You got here just in time.
I need to know what's going on. Why is this place crawling with Thorian creepers?
How do you know about the Thorian?
I know what Exogeny was up to. I saw what they let the Thorian do to those colonists, so I destroyed it.
Our secret's out then. No point in my lying. You already know the worst. The creepers here were created using altered samples from the specimens on Pharos. We discovered a way to turn them into docile, obedient servants. Everything was going fine until a few days ago. Then all the creepers suddenly went berserk. Only a handful of us made it back into the safety of this room.
Why didn't you send a clear message asking for help? All we had was that signal from the emergency.
This is a closed communications base. Exogeny was worried about someone on the project selling secrets to a rival firm or reporting our work to the authorities. We have no direct communication with the outside, only the emergency beacon. It sends a general distress signal to the Exogeny site on Pharos. They're supposed to send a team to respond inside of 24 hours, but it sounds like they had problems of their own.
Any chance some of the other people at the base might...
I doubt it. Too many creepers out there. They never stood a chance. We're the only ones left.
Any idea why they turned on you?
Maybe there was still some kind of link between... The Thorian was unlike any other life form we've ever studied. I can't explain how, but maybe when it died, it somehow set...
I've heard all I need to.
Look, I know what we did here was wrong. I'll admit that. But it's over now. There's no sense reporting this to the authorities, right?
You were in charge of this project. The safety of the staff was your responsibility. They trusted you, and you betrayed that trust.
Be reasonable. I didn't mean for this to happen. Besides, how does it help anyone if I end up in jail? Normally Exogeny would have my back, but it sounds like they're going to have their hands full cleaning up the mess on Pharos. But I've got money. A nice little emergency fund I set up. It's yours if you let us go.
The victims here deserve justice. I have to take you in.
That's not going to happen. Open fire. Open fire!
I think we're done here.
Kurva, mi volt? Semmi felderíteni való. Hát meg akkor legrosszabb esetben a elején alakítom. Lehetséges, hogy nem így akartam ide jönni. Másik oldalán van a vonulatnak. Fasza. Tudós az már van. Itt csak ennyi volt. Szóval bogányokban meg nem házba mennem úgy. Ja. Ezekben nem nagyon lehet. Nézzük a törmeléket. Házból is meg kell mászni meg 3-4 vonulatot. Unix 7-es.
Now it gets fun.
Nem az a hő, de nagy. Képes, hogy úgy van a tervezve, hogy be lehet menni. Anyám! Nagy lófasz van itt. Ki van rá, hova a heget? Mindenként át kell alakítani.
According to these logs, Cerberus is the organization behind this atrocity, whoever they are.
Cerberus. Most, hogy ennyire tele vagyunk, visszamegyünk, és eladjuk az összes dolgot. Jó, ez a része megvolt. A sártenger, Férosz is megvolt, Voyager is. És akkor Stütz, Kepler, Armstrong, Wehrmacht.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Ez the day.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
We weren't told to expect you, sir. I would have prepared a formal greeting.
Spare me the pleasantries. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. And the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship and you.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
We'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits at element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy could be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you
Vari.
thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals
Kilotta.
access to Alliance equipment?
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
I think Normandy is a good ship, sir. Even if you disagree, you have to see that her joint construction and multiracial crew make the Alliance look better.
Your job is to look good, Commander. The Alliance navies is to win wars. I'm not convinced Normandy isn't a waste of taxpayer money, but I am convinced that you believe otherwise, and that you'll use it to its best ability. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I'd planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
With all this exploration of Prothean culture, this must be like a survey for you, Liara.
Our travels now are somewhat different from my normal excavations. I would prefer lengthier studies and fewer explosions.
Yes, most of the technology I had hoped to bring back to the flotilla has subsequently attempted to kill us.
Zupa.
Commander Shepard? Khalisah bint Sina Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. Speaking of your new job, did the Council order you to sabotage human research concern on Noveria?
The Council had nothing to do with it. There was an accident at Binary Helix Labs. In the interest of protecting the company's confidentiality, I can't say more.
That's a surprising revelation, Commander. We've had nothing but stonewalling from Binary Helix. Given your recent experiences, do you think humanity will ever get the respect it deserves from the galactic community?
Respect's a funny thing. People always assume they deserve it. The truth is, respect is earned. And I firmly believe we can earn it.
You're an idealist, Commander, but a sincere one. I hope you're right. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Saren instigated the attack on our colony at Eden Prime. Once his involvement was proven to the Council, I was assigned to bring him in.
That's surprising, Commander. The official line says Eden Prime was attacked by rogue synthetics. Good luck in your mission. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
Adjátok az XP-t, mole? Nézzük. Az irodába. Én el fogok ott menni. Szerintem. Arra. Na, másik irány. De csak barátom. Van egy kis eladni valam. Van egy kis eladni valam. Még mindig van egy kis eladni valam. Gecet leszakad a kezem, bazd meg.
Hello, Commander.
De mondjuk 300 darabot eladni.
Show me what you got.
Nézzük. Puska. Nem Gucci. No. Ne. Most fun fact, hogy rajtam nehéz páncél van. És ugye az én védelmem 54, 182-es Liorán, viszont egy Colossus 7-es van, és az könnyű páncélzat, és jobb stattal. Na még véd a techbiotikus ellen is. Érdekes, azt kell mondjam, érdekes. És van értelme szerint nézni az szekirodák fele? Erre. Nézzünk körül. Hát azóta valami változás történt. Nem, ide akarok jönni, ember, állj már le. Erre van a szek, igen, erre van a... Úgy semmi.
Hello, Commander.
Semmi. Itt sincs változás a dolgokban. Szintén semmi változás. És ide még ugyanúgy nem lehet bejönni. Jó. Akkor nézzünk még jobban szét.
After years of poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni. ExoGeni's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly.
I want to know...
If you wish to learn more, the most recently, the Council...
Do you agree with that
I am not
decision?
programmed to make that kind of... In recognition of their work...
Why weren't they...
It would be unfair to demand such an... The most... In recognition... I apologize.
How come the...
In recognition of their work... In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and...
What can you...
Since then, the three... I am not programmed to...
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina.
Is there something else I can help you with, Commander?
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
Who?
Pleasant greeting. It is good to see you again.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
I saw your Ferris report. If we had known anything about the Thorian, ExoGeni would never have been given the permits to start a colony there. Thank God the colony survived. We can't afford to have too many failures out in the Traverse. It's one of our major expansion regions.
You don't give a damn about the colonists. It's all just politics to you, isn't it?
We can't all be the hero who charges in to save the day, Commander. But we each serve humanity in our own way. You can't escape interstellar politics. It's part of the big picture. And sometimes it isn't pretty.
Just ignore him, Shepard. The ambassador's a little bitter sometimes. Comes with the job. Yes, Commander?
How are you holding up?
But you're the one who can stop Saren.
Tell me what happened.
The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance.
Why weren't you
It's
honest
not
with
something I'm proud of.
I think I deserve...
The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant,
I'm guessing
Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren...
How many
The
casualties?
explosion tore the refinery to shreds. Saren didn't care. The target was...
Saren...
Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed.
Don't blame you.
Maybe he just likes the violence.
Why'd you let...
I had a bad feeling about him right from the start.
Don't blame you.
Maybe he just likes the violence.
The only thing I
You're
care
right,
about
Commander.
is... I should go.
I'll be here if you need me.
Megnézzük az Zevszeknek a fejét. Az amúgy se szereti a fantomokat.
I can't believe I landed a job here. This place is fantastic.
Human, delighted. Welcome. It is good to meet you.
finally did it. I knew one of your kind would make Spectre one day. I only hope you're better than the one they're sending you after.
I'll do everything I can to stop Saren.
That's what worries me. Was there something you wanted? No, I just... If the Council wants to make humanity their new
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Jó, lényegében ugyanazt mondja. Vagyis ugyanaz a monológ. Na, érdekes módon most meg Nessánál nem tudok beszélni amúgy.
Hello, Commander.
Elméletileg.
Can I get you something?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest near?
Goodbye.
So long, Commander. Have a pleasant day.
Commander Shepard, I am
Igen,
Misana
most nem tudok.
Dantius. I'm glad you're here. I must talk to you about my sister Dahlia. She's been kidnapped by slavers.
Dahlia's dead, Nisana, and I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. Could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits, but I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you. Thank you for all your help, Shepard.
This place seems strange. I wish there were more humans around.
Ezt a kettőt végig kéne nézni, a kereskedelmi kamerát. Közben hát, ha megállítana valaki, megmondaná, ó, itt van egy kibaszott jó páncélzat.
Hello again, Commander. You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
I see even the humans find the consort irresistible.
Commander, it is good to see you
Show me
again.
your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
Nézzük. Titán 9-es. Krogan. Turian. Krogan, Turian. De most használok amúgy Krogant amúgy, se Turiant. Várj. A Várj, ez meg rája. Annak is sem van amúgy.
Show me your items.
Nézzük a fejlesztéseket. Fegyverfejlesztés, egérút sín. Hosszú sebzés, csillapítás. Fázis történ 2. Egész jó, csak kurz drágába kerül. Na nézzük meg a hagyományost.
Commander.
Show me your items.
Ugye hagyományost. Ezt mondja. Firestorm. Meg fölösleges amúgy.
Greet. How can this humble servant be of use to you? Goodbye, Commander.
I'm telling you, this is not what Jake would want.
I don't care what you think, Michael. It's my decision.
I know you're hurting, Rebecca, but don't let your grief hurt your baby too.
Can I help with anything?
Perhaps you can talk some sense into her.
I don't need anyone to talk sense into me, Michael. I'm not undergoing the treatments.
My sister-in-law here is pregnant, and she's refused to let the baby undergo gene therapy in utero.
I'm certain that she has a good reason. I'd like to hear both sides.
My husband Jacob died from a rare heart condition several months ago.
There's a chance that the baby could develop the same heart condition, but routine gene therapy can eliminate it.
A very small chance, Michael. And extranet reports say the therapy could harm the child.
It's less dangerous than the genetic enhancements that every soldier in the Alliance receives!
What are the chances that your child will develop the heart condition?
According to the doctors, there's a 1 in 50 chance. And if my baby develops the condition, medical treatments are available.
Which are nowhere near as effective as simply getting the gene therapy.
What are the chances that gene therapy could hurt the baby?
1 in 300 at most.
But extranet articles say there could still be long-term complications we don't know about. Don't you understand? If my baby is that 1 in 300, I will always wonder if I killed my baby for nothing.
It's Rebecca's child, Michael. I think you should honor her decision.
Damn it, she's not choosing. She's acting blindly out of grief.
I know you want the best for your brother's child, but this is not your decision.
Of course it is! I'm the closest thing to a father this baby is going to have.
Then support the baby's mother. Stand with her when she makes the tough decisions.
This baby is the only thing my brother... It's all I have left of him. I need to know that the baby's safe.
It's all I have left too, Michael.
I just want Jacob's child to be safe. I want to give him that much.
We will. I promise. Thank you for talking with us. I appreciate it.
pontokat.
Please do not disturb the keepers.
Let all races herald the glory of the Enkindlers who raised them all to enlightenment. Where there was only darkness, the Enkindlers gave light. Where there was only ignorance, the Enkindlers gave wisdom. Where there was only silence, the Enkindlers gave the gift of speech. This very station is the work of the Enkindlers, their gift to all their children.
Meg mondj valahat a csillagokról. Megcsillantják a parasztokítást. Nézzük le a szárnyakat is.
Tally, are the Quarians concerned that the return of the Geth will lead to more anger against your people?
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
I hope the other races view matters in the same light.
Hey, you're the Shepherd kid. Hey, been a long time, huh?
I'm sorry, do we know each other?
Well, I guess you don't remember me. Lieutenant Zabaleta? I worked with your mother. We served on the carrier Einstein. Well, that was 12, 13 years back, though. You were just a kid then.
I guess you're not in the service anymore, huh?
You're retired, yeah. You know how it is. Times are tough for vets. They always are.
I didn't see her much that tour. The ship was on patrol most of the time.
Hey, call your mom up and ask. She'd remember old Zabaleta. She'd vouch for me. Look, I need a favor. I'm kind of short on money these days. I hate hitting you up for money, but a man's gotta eat, right? So, could you spare something? Maybe 20 credits.
20 isn't enough to get you back on your feet, is it?
No. I'll just get a meal, you know.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
You're a good kid, you know that? Thanks. You ever want to come by and talk, I'll be here. Huh? Can't afford a ticket home, right? You ever just sit and watch people? You can learn a lot.
Alliance officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by a former Alliance officer, Major Kyle. Major Kyle surrendered and is now being treated for severe post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes, human. You need something, yes?
What do you know about Bane?
I have never met him, human. I only work with the one.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have.
Adesso prendendo Malbarit. Krugen, 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 Turian, 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 Krugen, Turian, Krugen. Sì, la constant mobbika vediamo.
Goodbye.
Yes,
No.
all right then. Good tidings to you, human.
So,
Yes, human. You need
But-
something. Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human. Yes, human. You need something, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
nézzük, hogy hagyományosokat ezek a fegyverek, azt hiszem. Puskagép, korai. Nagy páncélzott.
Hey, Commander Shepard, it's me. There are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre. That's incredible.
Being a Spectre is a big responsibility. I just want to make humanity proud.
The vids are all talking about Commander Shepard fighting for all of us back home. And your grace and skill have inspired a whole legion of admirers, too. Hey, can I get your picture?
I don't have a problem with it, but why?
Are you kidding? Nobody will believe that I talked with the beautiful Commander Shepard unless I get a picture. Just hold up your gun. Perfect. Thanks again, Commander. I'm gonna hang this in my living room. My wife will love it.
Érdekes.
Best place on this. Welcome back, EarthClan. Will you be needing supplies for your return to the colonies?
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
This isn't a proof of purchase.
It's a bank statement. It shows that I bought.
I love this place. The crowds, the action. It's great.
Yes, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Let me take a look at what you
Of
have
course.
for sale.
Magas szintű orvosi váz.
Hey, Commander Shepard. Good to see you again. Anything you need?
I have to go.
Right.
You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
A research station on Noveria has reportedly been destroyed. The exact cause is currently unknown. Given the research conducted on Noveria, many are blaming the destruction on an experiment gone awry. Administrator Anoleus currently faces criminal charges as a result of the disaster, although the nature of the charges remains unclear.
Igazából már körbe is futottuk nagyjából a pályát. Szóval most megyünk a Fellegvárba. Vagy ahogy is hívják a tornyba. Amúgy a Fellegvárba vagyunk. Gong. Kinek a feje? Nem sajnos Kong.
Commander Shepard, hello again, Commander. I've got a proposition for you. Since you helped me get information on the crime syndicate, I've gotten a lot more backing from my publishers. I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could help.
That seems like a step down from wide-scale corruption.
Actually, in a way, it's more important. This isn't about people getting rich. This is about safety. I've heard rumors that the space traffic controllers are overworked to a dangerous degree. I can't get into the control room, but you could. If you planted a bug inside, I could crack the story.
If you crack this story, what's likely to happen?
Ideally, there will be calls to improve working conditions by hiring more controllers and upgrading systems. The Council won't pay for improvements voluntarily. This story will provide that pressure.
What will this bug allow you to pick up?
Just audio and video. I'm not trying to tap into the traffic control system if that's what you're worried about. I just need to hear and see them in order to correlate their activity with traffic efficiency.
Everyone knows space traffic controllers are overworked. How is this news?
There's a difference between overworked and dangerous. Traffic at the Citadel has increased by 300% in the last century, but traffic controller resources haven't kept up. We already have several last-minute wave-offs per week. Do we have to wait for a full-blown disaster?
This bug you want me to plant, could it interfere with traffic signals?
Absolutely not. I made certain that the frequencies it uses won't interfere with anything.
I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. Give me the bug.
Excellent. Just place it on a terminal with a good view of the area. Thanks again for your help. In the long run...
Commander, any word on my missing men?
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Captain Anderson said you had information on Baines.
Not as much as I'd like to. One of my crews found him, frozen stiff on board a derelict vessel. The missing recon group? The one I sent you to find? They were scouting the system we found Baines' ship in.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Miért már nem lehet senkivel se dumálni? kell a forgalomirányítókhoz. Azért megnézem azt az oldalt, és nehogy utána véletlenül kiírja. Semmi. Ja, forgalomirányítók utána meg soha innen el a gecibe. Volt a gyors járat. Szárnyak, F-szek. Szerintem az. F-szek akadami. És itt el kell menni a forgalom. Így van. Valami szállás most, ez két genyel van még. Most ilyenkor vissza kell menni beszélgetni munkhoz, gondolom, igen. Hát, már nem kaptam XP-t semmit. Rezidencia torony.
I'm already getting readings. This is gonna... Thank you so much for your help. Here, this is everything I've got from my publisher.
It was no problem. Good luck with your story.
I appreciate your support. Thanks again for your help. I'm gonna show this to my publisher.
Úgy állok amúgy? 1, 2, 3, még 4 csík van hátra. Nem olyan szívós csík, csak úgy például egy csík. Szárnyak, F-szek.
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni. In a rare admission of debt, several Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. Exo Presley stands relieved.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just thinking out loud here.
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Körbenézünk, megnézzük, hogy ki a genyához a szállásmester. Ez Shepardnek a részleg, gondolom. Hol volt cuccos? A többieknek nem jár.
Commander, do you have a minute?
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is trading people to aliens for some kind of lost knowledge. But we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Well, well. You're a romantic. Did you sign on for the dream, Malenko? Secure a man's future in space?
Yeah, I read a lot of those books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space to prove himself worthy of a woman he loves, or, you know, for justice. Or maybe I was a romantic in the beginning, but I thought about it after brain camp. Biotic acclimation and temperance training. I'm not looking for the dream. I just want to do some good. See what's out here. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero?
Yeah, it's where they... It was a sterile research platform.
There were other...
We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off.
And you must have had...
Yeah, there was... She... Like you, I guess.
Sounds like she...
Things never felt together. Training.
You know of any...
It was I'm not saying they intentionally detonated.
There were other...
We didn't have much to do, though.
You were all teenagers. I'm sure you
I'm not the sort who does... There was... She was from... Like you, I guess. Well,
Jump Zero's a long...
Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a...
I wanted to get to know you a little better.
You, make a habit of getting...
No, I don't. We'll talk again later.
But, yeah.
The Asari are remarkable, aren't they? Can you believe Liara is twice my age?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous.
Until the Geth. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being... Matriarchs guide their followers into... It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Bennett.
All children are
You share the wisdom of the Matriarchs, Shepard. But there was more to it than that. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No! I did not mean... I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was
joking. Now you know why. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened. But I will remember.
Are you gonna be
You
okay?
are kind to ask, Shepard.
I'd like to know more.
Although we seek to understand we still require a partner to reproduce.
I don't understand.
The truth.
We then pass these traits onto our daughter.
What happens to
Others can be more long-term. Sometimes
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know
thought you always needed
Think
another.
about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before union. Sorry, I am. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. You might be right. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species
You
is short.
Asari live for-
We do not, and even after they're gone, a part of them.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Jó, kitárgyaltuk magunkat. Az az alvó blokk amúgy. Igen. A legénységnek. És akkor nézzünk le a legalsó szintre, ahol elméletileg van a szállásmester.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Stiletto 9 pisztoly. Ez viszont szerintem jó lenne a biotikusnak. Ezt meg is veszem neki szerintem, szerintem.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question.
Like what?
He's taking my resignation pretty hard. You think he actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre? Well, he despises the Spectres.
I suppose I can...
But Saren, if you want to nail Saren, you need to...
Just because...
Thanks,
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of
I
your...
keep an open...
With all due respect, Commander.
They may not...
Engines, sensors, weapons.
That's enough.
I'm sorry, I was out...
Az elég nagy lebaszás volt ettől tenni. Na jó, kezdjük újra.
Commander? I wouldn't mind talking more later, though. I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my... I wouldn't mind talking more later, though. Given the option, ma'am.
Nem kellett volna ennyire lebaszni.
So, we've got...
Nothing.
Suit yourself. So, we've got Sarah.
It won't be long now.
Good. I could tell as soon as
Why didn't you tell me
I
this?
would have if I thought I was... They said he was looking for more men.
I didn't know Sarah
It
was-
wasn't... I was on board.
What did Sarah
I
know?
don't... Couple... I had a really bad feeling about him.
What kind of...
That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel.
That's the only time...
Every other merc on that mission...
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Looking for supplies?
How often will you...
And check back often.
I need to move items.
see what you
bet, Commander.
Avenger X. Úristenem. Gépkarabely. Pontosság 15.
Looking for supplies?
What are licenses? What do you
Manufacturers sell I already have several basic ones, but many of the best licenses are hard to get.
What do the different
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for. Check back often.
Let's see what you
bet, Commander.
És erre még mi van? Itt még nem is voltam.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a... She's got a real knack for technology, that one.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. So eventually the sinks have to be vented more than a few hours.
There's no way
The
for
visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Where else have you served, Adams?
You name a... My last assignment was on the Tokyo. Only a
I want to know more about the
She's
Normandy.
the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about it?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance...
I should go.
See you later.
Beh,
Your ship... I'm starting to understand why you
The
humans...
Normandy's a prototype, cutting edge.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our number numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a
That's
century.
your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet... Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship, the 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3... All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex
How come the
tasks.
council didn't step in and stop?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, but one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically this, but when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that as we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If it was inevitable, the newly set... A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth.
Yeah, you can't blame them for fighting for their...
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. But the hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exiles searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to
I didn't mean to offend you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so worked up. Most Quarians tend to have pretty strong opinions about the Geth.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, but no ship wants to accept someone, we set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, it's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about something.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Ha hátsó témát beszélnünk kell. Miről? Viszlát. Bonjour. Szerintem ennyi most így ennek az a résznek rászenteltem, úgyhogy most nagyjából ennyi. Köszönöm, hogy néztétek. Hallé?